Hey everyone, Dr. Amanda Pasciucco here, go-to AASECT-certified sex therapist. We're diving deep into the world of intimacy and desire. If you love eye-opening content, hit like, subscribe, and the bell for all videos. Today, we're talking about something that's rarely discussed in common conversation, but often talked about in my sessions: kink. Let's forget the tired tropes like everyone loves handcuffs, because you all seem to want to go beyond that surface level and explore why these desires bubble up in so many of us. I'm going to try to back every claim with data from studies, complete with journal details, because education isn't about guesses only. It's about people's experiences and the facts. What even is a kink? In clinical terms, it's any non-traditional sexual surprise or fantasy that brings up arousal through elements like power play, sensation, or things that are taboo. Basically, an easy way to say it, anything that isn't man-woman heterosexual missionary sex could be considered kink. The thing is, kinks are mainstream. A massive study of over 4,000 United States Americans found that 97% of people have reported sexual fantasies, many of them in the kinky domain. And if we see Dr. Justin's groundbreaking work in Tell Me What You Want, based on his data in 2018, we see this too. Why is it so universal? Kinks often serve as emotional and mental outlets, helping us process things in a safe setting. Let's start with one of the most prevalent common kinks: BDSM elements such as domination and submission. In a 2015 study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine, Volume 12, research studied 1,500 adults and found that 65% of women and 53% of men fantasized about being sexually dominated. Flip it around. 47% of women and 60% of men dreamed of dominating someone else. Dr. Justin's data shows that 4% of women and 7% of men have never fantasized about power, control, or rough sex, meaning 93% of us have dipped into this at least once in the realm of fantasy. It's not quite so binary, because non-binary folks report even higher rates of forced sex fantasies, 68%. Imagine using these thoughts of surrender as a tool for emotional release. Moving to specific acts within BDSM, spanking and bondage top the charts. A 2024 study in Sexual Medicine, Volume 12, focused on Italian women who have sex with women, revealing that 38% had tried spanking and another 38% tried bondage. Looking at these lesbian women as a similar subgroup shows similar trends to the broader populations. Why these things, spanking and bondage? My thoughts on that, which I go deeper into in Kink 101, the webinar I made: sensation play can activate endorphins, and it mimics that runner's high, but it's with intimacy. This ties into our neurobiology. Pain and pleasure pathways overlap in the brain, creating this loop of euphoria that's really fun and safe when it's consensual and planned. Now, fetishes. Fetishes are unique. Fetish means that you cannot get off without this item. A fetish is an object or a body part that ignites the desire to get to orgasm. Feet reign supreme. 2007 study in International Journal of Impedance Research, Volume 19, analyzed over 5,000 individuals, 381 online groups, and talked about preferences for body parts. 33% had to do with feet. Then the next amount, objects like shoes. 30% of people love things like shoes. That suggests to evolutionary theorists that foot fetishes stem from brain mapping. Feet and genitals are neighbors in the cortex of the brain, and the wires can cross, turning a tickle type thing into a turn on. Have you heard of these fetishes? They're pretty common. Love to hear your thoughts below. Group sex is another heavyweight. Dr. Justin's research showed that 95% of men and 87% of women had fantasized about multiple partner scenarios like threesomes. This kink often explores novelty, validation, or a primal urge for variety, while also boosting self-esteem through shared desire. Stats show that only 23% of people act on their top fantasies, highlighting a gap between a dream and actually doing it. Taboo elements like voyeurism and exhibitionism round out the list. 60% have had voyeuristic fantasies and 42% exhibitionistic ones. In one study, watching someone undress unknowingly was common. 63% of men, 32% of women endorse similar ideas. The thrill is risk without real harm in a safe way. These kinks aren't that weird, though. Kind of human that so many people are really interested in this. Studies show 79% want to act on these fantasies one day, but sharing them with a partner positively impacts them so much that they don't always have to. View kink as a portal to self-discovery, not a place for more shame. Start small, talk to a therapist if you need to, but there are kinks that you might have that surprise you. If you want to know more, get the video Kink 101. If you like this video, hit like, subscribe, and the bell. Catch you next week.